It's doing a teensy bit better. And I've been doing water changes about 10-15% every day. And when I put the water back in, I'm adding a little bit more clarifying stuff. So it's getting better. Doesn't look so smoggy. I don't feel so bad for the critters. I tossed him in some algae wafers. You can see it's feeding time. I wanted to try and cluster them all together, see how many I'm dealing with. So yeah, there's quite a few in there. I did see a couple shrimp earlier. So I think it's about time to take probably about half these guys down to the fish store. This used to be the ram's horns nursery, and I broke it down, and I intended on actually packing it away, but then I decided to pull that cholla wood out of the main ram's horns tank, and it was finally sunk. So I waited about 4.5 months for that thing to stop floating, so I don't want it to dry out now, so I decided to go ahead and stick it in here with some water. I'm doing a water change now because there is a single snail in there. And we've got some more land moss on a twig there that I'm trying to convert. Most of my land moss has not done well in the water, and that is probably because of the moss life cycle. However, there are some that are doing really well. So this one looks like it might be one of them. We'll see. The moss bars I made pretty much melted. In fact, that's one of them right there. When I made the moss bars, it's getting a little bit of growth, but it's not very green and it's not very happy. But it could just be transitioning. The other ones completely melted and turned brown and died. But yeah, that's what I did with the ram's horns nursery. They're sitting right next to the springtails here. I've got the main colony down there, and I've officially broken it up into a secondary, larger backup colony. And then I've got a smaller colony here, and they're right next to the mealworms. No beetles yet. I stuck a strawberry in here, and I'm doing a day-by-day sort of checking it out, making sure we get no mold or anything. So yeah, that's what happened to the ram's horns nursery. All the babies got put in here, and there's many now. You can see the tank's cleared up quite a bit. I also changed the background. I had a piece of silver cardboard back there, silver reflective, and it was just kind of muddy looking and kind of blurry and made it look worse. So I changed the background, and I'm getting ready to actually make a phone call to the fish store to see if they're ready for me to bring some of these in tomorrow. So hopefully most of these will be gone come tomorrow. Yeah, so far so good. And this is the main pink ram's horn tank where pink mother and pink father is. Found a couple other dead snails. They were the white babies that I had pulled out wanting to breed with white mother. And they got mature, but they died. I don't know if it was because of the tank crash or just because some of them have weaker genes than others. I don't know. You can see I put a fresh plant in there for them. We're also doing a water change in this. That's one good thing about, I should probably say, the one lone last solitary blue velvet shrimp is no more. But the upside of that is I can do much faster water changes now. I'm still dripping for these guys because they're having a hard time. So I don't want to stress them out too much, but it is way faster than I was able to do with the shrimp. But in fact, in here you can see that's a piece of twig with some land moss on it. Oh, I got reflections here, sorry. Maybe I can block those. That's not doing too bad. It's actually doing pretty good. It's a little dirty looking right now. I just stirred a bunch of crap up. But I made that actually the exact same day I made those moss bars. So it has had some meltage, and I had it originally in the ram's horn nursery, but they were eating it because I was trying not to feed them too much. And if you don't feed them too much and you give them live plants, they will eat your plants. So they were eating a lot of the moss. And I was hoping they were just eating the melting dead stuff, but I started noticing it starting to get kind of bad. So I went ahead and put it in here with these guys. I just vacuumed up their food they didn't want to eat. In the bowl. So yeah, like the one on the right there that you see, the really white pale one, those ones are the ones I'm having problems with dying. They were the ones I actually wanted to breed, and I wanted to keep, and I wanted to breed with white mother, or sorry, pink mother. I'm looking at her because she's white. But I'm wondering if it's just a weak strain, in addition to the problem that I was having with this tank. But I'm hoping we've got that cleared up. So I put some food out to draw all the snails forward so I could scoop them up real easy and take them to the fish store. And I did. But since I ended up taking all the food with me, when I got home, I checked some more food in for who was left over. And all these other snails that were hiding came out. There's a bunch of little ones. They're just about ready to go, but there's a great deal. Like that big guy sitting on top right there, he should have gone to the store today. This guy hanging out here on the wall, he should have gone to the store today. And there's a couple right back here that should have gone. And a couple back there that should have gone. But they were probably off eating my freaking plants. As you can see, my plants have a buttload of holes in them now because they are eating my plants. These were brand new, perfectly healthy plants. In fact, I think I'm going to pull this one out and put it up in the other tank because I don't want them eating my plants. That's not why they're there. They may just have to get plastic plants and more often water changes because I'm not interested in feeding them salad at the cost of these aquarium plants. So yeah, I ended up taking in 37 snails to the shop today. And that was just the ones that were about this size. There were quite a few, of course, you know, hitchhikers catching rides and stuff. So there was quite a few itty bitty teeny guys that I just went ahead and left there for them. But I didn't get any store credit from them. But yeah, I think it would definitely yield me more money if I just sold these. But the aquarium clubs that are here, that everybody's like, oh, join an aquarium club and learn to, you know, swap with people and you can da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, I've already looked into that, and the aquarium clubs here charge an annual membership. So I'm not really interested in paying to hang out and talk with people that I have common interests with. So, yeah, I guess they're just going to keep going to the fish store. But I can't believe how many more of those suckers came out. Maybe I should scoop some more out and take them in tomorrow. Because I only wanted the little guys. I wanted to clear this out quite a bit, at least by half, so we could get our water under control a little bit. I mean, it's doing better. The numbers are better, but yeah, I'm really unhappy about them eating my plants because I was under the understanding that they only ate plants if they were unhealthy. I mean, I've observed for myself that, you know, they're hungry enough and there's enough of them, such as there are. Not everybody can fit on the algae wafer, so the stragglers boogie off and go eat salad, I guess. So, yeah, I don't have any place I could put those plants actually. But I think this is a melon plant. I want to pull him out. I'll go ahead and let him keep that one. That's a crypt, I think. So yeah, we got rid of 40 snails out of here. 40 mature snails plus a handful of bibis. And those are all the suckers that were hiding when I got back. Turkeys. This guy is pretty ready to go. You know, I might just go ahead and leave him in here for about another week. Maybe I'll take him in next week. And then some of these guys will be a bit bigger, so we'll see. So yeah, I cleaned out the tank and that's what I still have. Haha. Right underneath the colony of springtails, I actually got one of these little binny type things, these little 3-drawer hoogie haulers to turn into my mealworm farm. So I've got, when I showed you earlier, on the earlier video, they were just in millet. So I got them some oats, and they're in there now with the millet and the oats. And I haven't found any pupae left, but I'm seeing a whole bunch of molting, and I'm seeing a bunch of freshly molted worms. So they're going through their instars, and from what I understand, they go through between 9 and 20 instars before becoming a beetle. So there's that drawer that the worms and the eggs and the pupae will live in, and when a beetle hatches in there, I will pop him out and put him in this top drawer where he's got some toilet rolls to climb on. And underneath these oats, I've actually removed the bottom of the bin, and it's got window screening in there. So when they burrow down to the bottom of the substrate and lay their eggs, they'll fall through the screen into the bottom drawer in here and become worms. Let's see if we can get a look in here. I don't know if you can see. You can kind of see. So, yeah, the eggs will fall through there into this bottom drawer. And I haven't found any pupae yet, so we'll see. They're definitely molting, that's for sure. I gave them lots of carrots because there's a bunch of them in there. I don't want them to work so hard to get their moisture.